Hey farm friends, coming to you with your week 7 farm share. What are we? Early June, first week of June. So we are, you'll notice, kind of scaling down on the amount of greens that you're getting, right? We're getting more colors, more vegetables in for the season. So I'm excited to take you through this today. Although we do have another crop planted, this is the last harvest off of our very early spring broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. So look at this beautiful head of cabbage. You may have some purple, some yellow, which is called cheddar. The purple is called graffiti, or the white, and these are some heirloom varieties that kind of pull in some purple notes also. You have broccoli. You will notice sometimes you get broccoli like this, a big head of it, a big stalk like you would get in the store, or you might get a lot of broccolinis. So the broccoli plant grows one big stalk right in the middle. And then after we harvest that, the plant's like, oh, I still got some nutrients. Sometimes I'm gonna put off little side shoots. And all of these little broccolinis will shoot off the side, a few on each plant. And we go through and harvest that. And you can look at it like Darlene did all of my work and she cut up my broccoli ready to go. I leave some of the greens on. If I saute these, I just throw them in just like that because those greens are gonna be yummy. They're gonna cook down. I am forever grateful for my mother-in-law for introducing me to brown butter on my broccoli. Steam your broccoli, take a cast iron pan, put some butter in there. I've got a source that sometimes has local raw butter, which is amazing. Put that in your cast iron on a higher heat and just kind of stir it around in your pan till it starts to brown. After that, drizzle it over your broccoli, sprinkle a sea salt. You can thank me later. Cauliflower you can roast, you can steam, cheese sauce, cashew cheese sauce if you choose. The other item that you guys have been loving is your sugar snap peas. When you take your pea, you're gonna find the flat part right up top, and you're going to break that and pull the strings are gonna come all the way down. So you're gonna get both strings off of each side. If you're cooking it or you're giving it to a kid, you wanna make sure to do that because the strings can get chewy. So that's gonna prevent that, and sometimes little kids don't know how to do that, and then it's not pretty. So next item is our garlic scapes. Garlic scapes are a garlic delicacy, which is a short-term harvest and production. There's one per plant. This would be the seed head, as in previous weeks. Use this as you would any type of garlic. Just chop it up from the bottom or how much ever you need. And I always say use an extra tablespoon or 2 of garlic for every recipe. Anybody else like me that always doubles that garlic ingredient? You can also air fry these. I just had another friend spray them and put them in her air fryer. And then you could kind of chop those fried garlics up and put them on top of a salad or even on soup as a garnish. Next thing we have is kohlrabi, however you pronounce it. So fun, alien spaceships. They grow on this very sturdy stem about 1 inch above the soil. So a lot of times you look at this and say like, oh, that's a root vegetable, like a turnip or radish, but it's not. It's really cool. It grows above the soil. I did a whole video on Facebook. Even if you are not on Facebook, you should be able to go to Google and search Lucky Dog Farm and go to our Facebook site and see all of this information on how to cook these, peel these, storing them. I do airtight container because you can use the greens and the bottoms. You could use this raw as cabbage or sauteed. And then I also put the recipe on there for, I called it a mock cucumber salad, but it's like a pickled, like a quick marinated or pickled kohlrabi. Our farm camp this week the kids got to harvest their own, cut them. Some of them were eating them like apples after they peeled them. Some of them were cutting them and dipping them in our honey harvest dressing. Cross between an apple, cucumber, turnip, radish, kind of all of the above. So fun. I absolutely love them. Beets. You guys have been raving about our beets. So many of you, I think we've converted to beet lovers. You guys always talk about, I hear over and over like, oh, I never liked beets, so earthy, but something about yours are different. They're sweet, right? So you've got the beet tops, so make sure you're using those. Start with some of the lard and then your green garlic, throw in your beet tops, saute those up and put those on any dish you're making. I try to pair your beets up so you may get a bigger bundle of small ones or a bundle of all large ones. So if you are boiling them, they're gonna cook at the same time. Roasting them, you can cut them up into any size. I've had so many of you roast them this week. And I've actually had a good handful of you come back and buy more beets this week. So I know you all are loving them. I just read an article in a health magazine about, it was the anti-cancer diet. And one of the top things is our alliums, our onions. So I will continue to push these to you guys. Cook them, use this in raw, use them all raw, make a dip. My sister makes that cowboy caviar, which these are amazing in. Anytime you're sauteing any of those greens, top them off with this, or I kind of start here and use this part in my cooking, and then I cut this part up and put it on top as a garnish for the extra flavor. We have some fresh herbs today. We have garlic, chives, and we have dill. I used the dill in my marinated kohlrabi salad, so watch that recipe on Facebook. Garlic chives are great raw on top of the food, or if you're sauteing, throw those in too. I've had somebody tell me just this week when they picked up, they're like, it's a saute dish every week. Whatever's left, it all goes into the saute. They add a can of crushed tomatoes and call it like a veggie soup. That works for me. You'll notice with spring, we're kind of fading out on all of the greens, the abundance of greens. So some of you have actually even started buying a few more greens because you're like, no, we like it all. We eat all those salads. So this week we just have 1 tub of our mixed lettuces. So that is in there for you. As the winter, as the summer comes on, a little bit of heat, we're moving into more colors, more produce. We've got carrots coming, zucchini and squash are coming. Cool weather crops are kind of fading out a little, so you're going to start to see some changes in your shares. Holler at me if you have any questions. Remember, on Facebook, I'm posting the picture each week, and you can go on there and share any photos of things you've made, recipe ideas, even if it's not a recipe, but just sharing how you prepared it. It helps everyone get some new ideas and fresh ideas, especially if any of this produce is new. So thank you all. We appreciate all the support and love we're getting from you. Enjoy.